Okay, what's up, y'all? We back for another video today, and today's going to be a story time. I know you're like, what's she going to talk about today? Today, I'm going to tell y'all the story about how I found out I was pregnant at 14 years old. See, I thought I wasn't going to be consistent with this YouTube stuff, but yeah, I'm going to try my best to give y'all like 2 videos a week. Maybe I need to do more than that, but I'm starting off slow because I still haven't figured out the outro. I still haven't figured out the intro. I still haven't figured out the thumbnail. I still haven't figured out how to insert all these cool effects, but I am doing research, so stay down. Stay down, because before you know it, I'm going to have all the nice effects and intros and outros and all that shenanigans that I want to have. But let's get into the video. So I'm going to try to make this video not long because, I'm going to give y'all the story time and I'm going to give y'all all the details that are needed, but I'm not going to be talking all day about a bunch of nothing. So, I'm 14, I'm going to be honest. I was fairly new to the whole intimacy part of life, but let's just say I was still new, and I found out in a way I didn't expect. So let's just say me and my child's father, we went to school together. We knew each other from middle school. And one day we was walking home together, and not really home because that was my house. That wasn't his house. His house was in the opposite direction. But it was kind of funny because he noticed that somebody that I used to walk home with wasn't at school that day. And so he was like, hey, this person's not at school that day. I'm going to walk you home. I'm like, okay, that's kind of random, but why not? So he gets to my house, and I'm just like, okay, well, this is my stop. I will see you at school tomorrow. And I kind of was ready to call it a day. He starts talking about he has to use the bathroom. Me knowing he's a guy, I'm like, you have the tools to go outside, so go outside. And my mother was on her way to get my brother and my sister from school, so it was nobody in the house but me. And my dad was at work. So he's like, dang, you gonna do me like that? I can't use the bathroom in your house. So I said, you know what? Let me just be nice and let him use the bathroom in my house. The way my house was set up at the time, my bathroom was right behind the front door. So once he came into the room, I'm like, okay, well, came into the house. I'm like, okay, this is the front door and this is the bathroom. The bathroom is right there. You can go to the bathroom and be on your way. He starts looking around like, oh, this is nice. Show me around. I like this. And I'm like, oh, this man just said whatever he had to say to get inside of my house. Okay, cool. So I show him around, and the last place I show him is my room. He starts trying to clown me and trying to joke on me and trying to be funny. And I'm just like, I'm one of the people like, you trying to be funny? I'm hilarious, so let's really get into it. We start play fighting, y'all. And y'all know how the rest of that went. And it was crazy because I told myself after it happened, I was like, dang, like, what if I got pregnant by this? But then again, I was 14 years old. I wasn't thinking nothing of it. So I would say, man, maybe about like 2 or 3 months went by. I personally did not notice a single symptom. When you're 14, you're living your life. You're doing whatever your parent tells you to do, unless you're a rebel. And you're just not really paying attention to any major life things. So one day, me and my family, my aunt was over and my mom was there and my sisters and everybody was in the common area and we were playing the Wii. This is back then when the Wii was popular, when it was lit. We were playing a game called Just Dance. One of my favorite games to play on the Wii, by the way. And as I'm dancing, doing my thing, crushing these bums. No, I'm joking. No, but I was winning the whole time. I beat everybody in Just Dance all the time. No one can ever sit with me. But as I was crushing them bums, my mom was like whispering to my aunt, like, oh, she's getting fat. She's getting fat. Talking about me. Now, I don't know if it was my aunt telling my mom that or my mom telling my aunt that, but I know they were whispering and giggling in the back. So they started like having their little conversations and no one said anything to me until my mom was like, you getting a little fat. And I'm just like, I didn't think nothing of it. I promise you, I did not think nothing of it. Fast forward to like 2 weeks later. We're at church, and the way my church was set up, we had everybody in the congregation had to get up and row by row and walk all the way down, give our tithes and offering, walk all the way back to our seats. And we didn't sit, let's just say it was a walk. And as I'm walking, my older sister, she pulls me up and she's like, are you pregnant? And I'm like, why would I be pregnant? That's completely insane. Mind you, I'm in denial. I'm just like, I know I did that thing, but why would I? No, of course not. Sidebar, I meant to add this part in there. So let's rewind back to the day that, it all happened. So after everything went down, we got nitty gritty. Of course he left the house. But like I said, my mother and my sister and my brother was on the freaking way home. So they caught him leaving the house as they was pulling up in the parking spot. My mother asked me 1,000 times, why was he in his house? Why was he in his house? I kept lying. Oh, he needed a bag. Oh, he needed to use the bathroom. I said anything I could say for her to not think anything crazy. But in the back of her head, she knew. And I'm pretty sure my sister and my brother knew too, because they were older than me. So they're pretty sure they knew, but I wasn't hip to them knowing. Let's just say that. Fast forward back to my sister asking me, am I pregnant? So then, after church, I'm laying in my room chilling, not thinking about anything that my sister's even talking about. And she comes in my room again. And not really again, because it's the first time she came in my room, but this is the second time she approached me about this thing. So she was like, are you sure you're not pregnant? What was that boy doing here that day when he was at the house and you kept telling us he was using the bathroom and getting a bag? I said he was using the bathroom and getting a bag. What you mean? What you mean? So then she goes into my mom's room. And I wasn't going to follow her because I didn't. No. And so my mother calls me in there. And when she said my name, I already knew it was going to be some shit. So she just calls my name. I go in her room. She's like, come here. And I come close. And she's like, come all the way over here. And I'm thinking she about to beat me down. She's like, lift your shirt up. I lift my shirt up. She's like, yeah, you're pregnant. Mind you, I'm still in denial. I'm like, how can you even just look at me and just say you're pregnant? Like that, I was naive. I was 14. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what do you mean? You can't just look at me and be like, you're pregnant. Like, there's no evidence behind that. And she was like, yeah, see, your stomach's hard. She was touching it. She was like, your stomach's hard. There's this long black line going down from underneath your breast to damn near where you use the bathroom at. Mind you, I noticed the line. I just didn't know what it was or where it came from. Like I said, I didn't know anything about this shenanigans, okay? So she was like, yeah, you're pregnant. So I'm going to go to the dollar store and buy you a pregnancy test. I'm going to buy you 2 of them. So my mom buys the test for me. We come back home. She tells me to take the test. The test read on the instructions, a positive will appear after 3 minutes. Y'all, within the first 10 seconds of me peeing on that stick, that shit said pregnant. No double line. It said pregnant. Like there was no lines or no faded or faint. It was 100% pregnant. Like there's no it ends up pregnant. So then my mom's like, see, I told you. It didn't even wait to show up. It showed up immediately. That's to tell you something. She made me take the second one. The second one did the same shady ass shit. So precious told me I'm pregnant. Like, damn, why you selling up on me, little stupid ass test? I was mad as hell. So then she said to confirm, we have to go to the hospital and act like I'm having really, really bad stomach pains. I went to the hospital. They started asking me, are you sexually active? I keep like, no. And so I finally was like, yes, I did it one time. A guy came over. I told the whole shenanigans right in front of my mother. I was like, yeah, this guy came over my house one day and I've been lying about it this whole time and we really did what it was. And that's what it was. So they ended up doing a sonogram. Turns out I was 17 weeks pregnant. Jesus. And they're like, well, abortion's out of the picture. So you have 2 options: have the baby and be a mother, or adoption. I was like, I'm not doing all that pregnancy stuff just to get my baby away. Are you crazy? Mother it is. So that's pretty much how I found out that I was pregnant, y'all. If you want like a more not really more detail, but like if you want like a part 2 or like not really a part 2, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. But if you guys want like how my pregnancy went and my supports, if y'all want like more of a story time on like my 14-year-old pregnancy, I will definitely give y'all that. But that is all for my story time for today on how I found out I was pregnant at the age of 14. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that. You feel me? And we'll be back for another video. Aw, no bars.